Alright, so it is official. Mauricio Pochettino will be the brand new coach for the US men's national team. After so many mid coaches in the past 25 years, the US finally have made the right call. And we have appointed Mauricio Pochettino. Can you believe it? What we are going to be doing in this video is cover this groundbreaking news of the US finally moving forward, because with the World Cup coming in about 2 years, the US can no longer fool around. We're going to be hosting the World Cup alongside Canada and Mexico, and we have to represent ourselves well, because let me tell you, what happened in the Copa America, that was going to be a glimpse of what the US was going to potentially do in the 2026 World Cup if the US did not make any changes. But now they have done that. Our sporting director, Matt Crocker, has moved for his former co-worker, Mauricio Pochettino. So you guys may ask, Kevin, who in the hell is Mauricio Pochettino? I don't even know this guy. I thought we're going to be hiring some other coaches from the MLS. No, not a chance. Mauricio Pochettino is somebody that coached Tottenham and PSG, and he also had a coaching role in Southampton, Espanyol, and Chelsea. This guy here, I can tell you right now, he is a winner. He is a leader. He is somebody that is known for player development and has the ability to build cohesive and competitive teams. And he led Tottenham to the Champions League final back in 2019. He won the League One title with PSG in the 2021-2022 season. I mean, like, of course he was going to win. When you have players like Messi, Kylian Mbappe, and Neymar as your front three, of course you're going to be winning the league title, but still, it's impressive. And at Chelsea, he secured being in the top 6 within the Premier League, reaching the Carabao Cup final, and made it to the FA Cup semifinals. And now his biggest test is going to be coaching the US men's national team, because this is going to be considered as his first time to be coaching a national team ever. He has always been known for coaching clubs, but can he bring that exact same success to the national team? I mean, like, look at what happened with Hansi Flick. Hansi Flick was an amazing coach for Bayern Munich. They have dominated the world of football, but as soon as he went to the German national team, he could not repeat the exact same success. It's almost as if the national team and club teams are two different sports. And I pray that Pochettino gets everything going quickly. And you guys know exactly what I am talking about, because when you look at the past 4 games of the US, we have tied against New Zealand recently, about 12 hours ago, 1-1. We have lost against Canada, 2-1. We have lost against Uruguay, 1-0. Lost against Panama, 2-1. And our previous win was back in June 23rd, 2024, with us barely beating Bolivia 2-0. Again, things were not looking good. And we got knocked out of the Copa America, a Copa America that we ourselves have hosted. And our next 2 games will be against Panama and against Mexico on October 12th and on October 15th. So Pochettino has massive work to do. And so to me, in my opinion, I think that he fits perfectly with this squad. He brings the winning mentality. He has a lot of focus once again on player development, and our players are very young. We were seen as one of the youngest, if not the youngest squad in the World Cup back in 2022. We were seen as one of the youngest competitors in the Copa America earlier this year. This guy is simply, right, the highest profile coach the US has ever appointed, and I do pray once again that he does get everything unified, because our squad is full of potential. We have Christian Pulisic, we have Timothy Weah, we have Musa, we have McKennie, we have Tyler Adams, we have Gio Reyna, De La Torre, Serginho Dest, Malik Tillman, Brendan Aronson, Cardoso, Balogun, Pepe, and the list does go on. Now, this was not all sunshine and rainbows. Like, it did take a few negotiations to make this appointment happen, right? We had to really persuade Pochettino why he could be the correct coach, and the US also were looking at other options. He was simply not the only one. This whole process on going for Pochettino started back when the US were eliminated in the Copa America. Immediately right after they got eliminated, Greg Berhalter got dismissed, and the search for a replacement began. It took 4 months. Pochettino was seen at that time as the #1 target. In July this year, there was a meeting in FC Barcelona where the US officials did fly to Barcelona to meet with Pochettino and his longtime assistant, Jesus Perez. And in that meeting, they were laying out the 2026 World Cup plan. What were they going to do within these next 2 years, and how are they going to get there? What players are they betting on, and what players are they not betting on? It was said that the first meeting stretched from 90 minutes to over 4 hours. And many did say that this was a sign, right, that both sides, both parties were very enthusiastic about what they were talking about, that this project was something that they could work on together, and it could actually work. Now, there were a few financial complications, like for example, Pochettino was still technically under contract with Chelsea, and he was owed a lot of money. And it was said that if Pochettino does leave right now to go to the US, that Chelsea was not going to pay Pochettino anything at all, even though he was originally supposed to be owed a specific amount of money. And the US were like, oh my god, like, we don't want to get into any trouble and complicate things for Pochettino, so they had to be very careful about that whole situation. And thanks to the financial contributions of Ken Griffin, right, a billionaire, the US soccer was able to meet the financial demands for Pochettino's salary. And so there were complications, a lot of hurdles that we had to go through, but we're finally here. And I think that we now have to look forward. Pochettino Pochettino is not just here to take care of the next 5 to 8 matches. He's not here to just be here for a year. He is here to take us to glory in 2026 and maybe even further than that. We want to have him for at least 5 to 6 years. I believe that one of the most important things that he will need to do is to maximize our squad, to make sure that this squad reaches its potential, and to look at our youngsters, anybody who is under the age of 22 years old, to get those players and have them become great depth players for the squad and making the US a unstoppable team. Let me tell you, if he can translate whatever success he has had with Tottenham to the US, we will win and we will get what we want to see, which is to go further into the World Cup, go further into any Copa Americas that we are in, and to constantly win any domestic competitions. And so let me know in the comment sections down below, what do you think about this appointment? Do you think that Pochettino is the correct coach to bring the US forward? So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.